You're not bad with money. You're scared of it. And the moment you see the difference, everything changes. If you've ever let statements pile up unopened, felt your stomach drop when someone says, send us your numbers, or told yourself you'll get to the finances later for the third month running, that's not a discipline problem. It's fear. And fear is a completely different thing to fix. Most money advice just throws a budget template on you and says, try harder. That's like handing someone with a phobia a spreadsheet. This video is about the actual thing in the way, the fear, and how founders get past it. I'm Nyasha, a chartered accountant who's also built and run my own business. And even with the training, there was a stretch where I avoided my own numbers because I was scared of what they'd tell me. So I'm not talking down to you here. I've stood on both sides of this. So here's the plan. There are 4 stories we tell ourselves to avoid our numbers. I'll name all 4 and show you the loop hiding underneath them. Then I'll give you the one shift that ends all 4. It turns money fear into money confidence. It's the opposite of what people tell you, and it takes about 10 minutes a week. And stay to the end. By then you'll know exactly which fears are running you, and you'll have a way out. Let's get into it. It's fear, not laziness. The reason you avoid your own numbers isn't laziness, and it isn't that you're bad with money. It's fear. Founders tell themselves they're disorganized or just not on top of it. But look closer, and it's almost always avoidance, and avoidance is driven by fear. Fear of opening the banking app and seeing a number that says you're failing. Fear of a bill you're not sure you can cover, so you look away. You don't avoid your numbers because you don't care. You avoid them because you care too much. And some part of you is scared they'll confirm your worst fear about your business. Do this. Your first move, tonight. Open your banking app and just look at the balance. Don't fix anything, don't budget, just look. That's the whole exercise. It's not that you can't do the numbers, it's that you're scared to look. And that is completely fixable. And that fear doesn't stay still. It actually compounds. Let me show you the loop it traps you in. The avoidance doom loop. There's a loop that keeps founders broke and anxious at the same time, and almost nobody notices they're in it. It goes like this. You're scared of what the numbers say, so you don't look. Because you're not looking, small problems grow in the dark. A late fee here, a cash squeeze you didn't see coming, a tax bill that's bigger than you feared. So the numbers get genuinely scarier, which makes you more scared to look. And round it goes. Avoiding your numbers doesn't keep the problem away. It feeds it. The bank balance you're too scared to check is scarier precisely because you won't check it. So do this. Break the loop with one look today. Whatever number you've been avoiding, open it now. The problem you can see is always smaller than the one you're imagining. The scary number gets a little scarier every day that you don't look at it. Looking is the thing that shrinks it down. So why do we look away in the first place? It usually comes out as one of a few stories that we tell ourselves. I'll tell you all about them. If you've ever said, I'm just not a numbers person, I need to tell you what that sentence is actually doing. It feels like honesty, a bit of humility even. But really, it's a permission slip. It lets you off the hook for avoiding the numbers permanently. And here's the problem. Numbers person isn't a personality type. Reading your own P&L is a skill, not a talent you're born with, a skill you can learn. And you already track complex things you actually care about, your revenue target, your follow account, the score of your team's last game. The brain that runs a whole business can absolutely read a 5-line summary of its own money. I'm not a numbers person isn't a fact about you. It's a story that keeps you safe from looking. And it costs you far more than any spreadsheet ever could. So do this. This week, learn one number, your gross profit margin, just one. Do that and you'll never say, I'm not a numbers person with a straight face again. You're not bad at numbers. You're a founder who was never shown the 5 that matter. That's a Tuesday afternoon, not a personality type. The second story is sneakier because it actually looks responsible. I have a bookkeeper, so I don't look. Having a bookkeeper doesn't make you financially safe. Sometimes it's just the perfect excuse to never look. Delegating the doing is smart. You shouldn't be typing in receipts at midnight. But delegating the understanding, that is dangerous. Your bookkeeper records what already happened. They will not call you to say your margins are quietly sliding, or that on current course, you run out of cash in 9 weeks. That part is yours. You can delegate the bookkeeping. You cannot delegate knowing whether your business is okay. That never stops being the founder's job. So do this. Ask your bookkeeper one question this month. How many weeks of cash do we have? If the answer is slow or fuzzy, you found your blind spot. A bookkeeper keeps the records. Only you can read them and steer the business. Don't hand away the wheel and call it delegation. The third one doesn't even sound like a story. It sounds like being responsible. The 2 a.m. money spiral. Lying awake at 2 a.m. running money math in your head feels like you're finally dealing with it. You're not. Worry disguises itself as responsibility, but spiraling at 2 a.m. is just fear with nowhere to go. It drains you, and it doesn't move a single number. Come morning, nothing's changed, except you're more tired and more scared. Money anxiety lives on vagueness. The actual figure, looked at in daylight, is almost always smaller than the one you imagine at 2 a.m. So do this. Next time you find yourself spiraling at 2 a.m., get up, open the app, and look at the real number. Naming it is what actually quiets it. Worrying about your money isn't the same as knowing it. One keeps you up at night, the other lets you sleep. And underneath every one of these is the big fear, the one that honestly made me want to start this channel. The fear of being found out. The 4 scariest words in business. Send us your numbers. If your stomach just dropped, this one's for you. It's the fear of being exposed, that an investor, a lender, or even your own accountant will look at your numbers and realize you don't actually know what's going on, that you've been winging it. Nearly every founder feels this, and here's the truth about it. It doesn't mean you're a fraud. It means you've been guessing, and some part of you knows it. Imposter syndrome about your finances isn't proof you're a fraud. It's a signal you've been guessing. And guessing is the thing to fix, not your right to be in the room. So do this. Before your next money conversation, know 3 numbers called: revenue, profit, cash. Just 3. And that found out feeling starts to dissolve. You don't feel like a fraud because you are one. You feel like a fraud because you've been guessing. Stop guessing, and the feeling has nowhere to live. Which brings me to the one shift I promised at the start. The thing that turns all of this around. Now for the shift. Competence builds confidence. Here's the shift that turns money fear into money confidence. And that's the exact opposite of what you've been told. Everyone says, just be more confident with your finances. But you can't affirmation your way out of a fear of your numbers. Confidence isn't the thing you start with. It's the thing you end up with. Financial confidence is built on financial competence. Familiarity is what kills the fear. So here's the practice. I call it a weekly money date. Same 10 minutes, same time every week. You open your bank balance. You look at money in versus out. You check one number, your cash, and you're done. That's it. And notice what you're not doing. You're not fixing anything the first few weeks. You're just looking. On purpose. In daylight. Until the numbers stop being scary. Because you've seen them so many times. They're boring. That's exposure. That's how people beat every other fear or phobia. And it works on this too. You don't wait until you feel confident to look at your numbers. Looking at your numbers on purpose every week is the thing that builds the confidence. Competence first, confidence follows. Financial confidence is a mindset built on financial competence. And it starts with 10 honest minutes a week. That's the whole secret. You're not bad with money. You're scared of it. Here are the 4 stories keeping founders stuck and the one fix for all 4. See which one is yours. Number 1, I'm not a numbers person. Number 2, my bookkeepers got it handled. Number 3, the 2 a.m. worry spiral that changes nothing by morning. Number 4, The fear that someone will look at your numbers and find you out. Underneath all four is the same thing: fear, not laziness. And the fix for all four is the same too: 10 honest minutes a week looking at your numbers on purpose until they're boring. That's how the fear dies. You were never bad with money. You were just scared to look. 10 minutes a week and this ends. If you want a simple way to start, I've made a free 7-day CEO cash audit. It takes about 5 minutes and walks you through a full week of your finances so you can see exactly where your cash is going. It's completely free and the link's in the description. Subscribe for more founder finance without jargon. I'll see you in the next one.